The World Economic Forum continues. It's under the theme New Champions of the World Economic Forum. Now, CNBC Africa's Samantha Loring caught up with Salim Ismail, CEO of Groupe Socota, to discuss the company's position in the textile industry and the themes shaping the future of this industry. Let's take a look.
First of all, let me tell you that our setup in Madagascar comprises one fabric mill, which is coupled with a garment manufacturer. And this vertical integration has allowed us to target high-value product for renowned brands, global and regional. And today, let's say, to give you an idea of what we are making, in Europe we are selling to, among others, to customers like Zara. And in the region, where our main customer is Woolworth in South Africa. This operation is doing very successfully despite a very difficult environment, which means that, yes, developing a textile and clothing industry in Madagascar, it is possible. And when I say Madagascar, I think this is also valid for many other sub-Saharan African countries. So we are doing successfully, and we are in full expansion today, and we target to reach by the end of this year, let's say early 2014, a capacity of 12 million pieces of garment produced yearly with approximately 10,000 people. So this is, let's say, the setup. Now, it is clear that if this expansion illustrates that the textile and garment world market is changing, and with the rise of costs in China today, we have an opportunity to grow on global market, because the Chinese industry is following two paths. One is they are relocating their industry, and second, they are delivering more of their production to their domestic market.
Mm-hmm. So China is essentially becoming less competitive if costs are rising on the local frontier. What does that mean for your business in terms of how you differentiate yourself as a textile player? Because, of course, when you talk about the likes of Zara and Woolworths, that's much more familiar to many of our viewers. But how are you differentiating yourself on the global scale to become more competitive?
Well, our competitiveness relies, let's say, on four main factors. The first one, as I told you, our strength is the fact that we are a vertically integrated operation. It means that the fabric mill being next door, we can target fashion market where there is two prerequisites. The first is short lead time, and it's always shortening, and second, you have to be very fast to adapt your production to market trends. So this is the first factor that let's say of competitiveness. The second is that our in this business you need to have a good control of your design, your marketing, your raw material sourcing, and we have since the early stage set up in Paris a platform of design at the heart of our market. So today our differentiation is based on let's say fashion, that's first, and secondly a service based on reliability of our quality, delivery time, and as I told you, I mean, we are continuously proactive in understanding what will be the market trend in terms of fashion, and we are adapting to it.
Yeah, you've got a very ambitious target there. I mean, the company currently around $50 million turnover. You want to double that to $100 million by the end of 2014, doubling the amount of garments that you produce. What would you say could potentially derail that? I mean, you obviously have to look at the risks involved in that. You talk about a difficult trading environment as it stands right now. So from your perspective, what would be a major risk to that growth strategy?
Well, in every investment that you make, there is a risk factor. But here, I think we have a good control of this risk because, on all along the production chain, we have long-term competitive advantage. And we forecast that with the growth of, we see in Asia, the world consumption of textile and garment will increase, and of course our share of this market is very minimal.
Yeah. Talking about sourcing of materials, that can be quite an expensive operation. What are the trends that we're seeing when it comes to innovations in that and material development and sourcing that could lower your costs ultimately?
Well, sourcing today, when you are in the fashion market, you have in effect to build up a network of raw material sourcing. We are making our fabric ourselves, but we are sourcing our yarn from Asia and also in the region. You know that there is a Chinese operation in Mauritius, which is Tianli. Tianli is delivering us one part of our needs in terms of yarn, but we are also buying in India, in China, and in Pakistan.